Oh man! Finally, I got my brand new motorcycle, 2022 Yamaha MT-07. And this took a lot of you guys by surprise. You're like, Cycle Cruiser, how could you go from a Yamaha MT-09 down to a MT-07? That's less power, Cycle Cruiser. Why? Why would you do that? Why didn't you get a 210 horsepower Ducati V4 Street Fighter or something? Or a KTM 1290 Super Duke R? Or a Yamaha MT-10? Why? Why did you get an MT-07? Well, you know what? This is my very first ride, official ride, on this bike. And I am going to tell you whether this bike is legit or not. Is it as fun as a lot of people say or not? I'm going to keep it real like I always do in my videos. So stay tuned for this first ride review.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
The number one reason why I got this bike, guys, is this right here. The CP2 parallel twin engine, 689cc parallel twin, pumps out 75 horsepower, 49 pounds-feet of torque. But a lot of that torque, all of it is available at 6,500 RPM. That's what you want, that grunt out on the street, that torque, that bottom end power. That's why I got this bike, guys. And also, 406 pounds wet. I can get it easily probably down to like 390. It's small, lightweight, torquey, grunty. This appeals to, I think, everybody, beginner riders to seasoned riders, everybody. I don't know if this could be a beginner bike. I'll tell you that in the next video I do, and I'll break that down for you new riders out there and whether this is a good bike or not. But in this video, I'm going to keep it real with you guys. And what I love about this bike is that it is a no frills motorcycle. It doesn't have all the electronic crap on it. It has an actual cable clutch, which I love, like on my YZ450FX Custom Supermoto. I hate ride-by-wire throttles. I don't hate them, but I really don't like them because most of them are like an on-off switch. They're not smooth. The only one that I enjoyed was that Ducati XDiavo S. That throttle was pretty good. The Aprilia Tuono, it was okay. It's pretty good. But I tell you, that MT-09 I had, terrible, man. It was like an on-off switch. And from what I heard, the new MT-09 is marginally better, but it's still like an on-off switch. I don't like that. I like that this doesn't have all the traction control. It does have ABS. That's about it. And that's what I love. It's a pure motorcycle here. That's what I want. And the dash is budget. That's one thing I could say they should improve on right here, right off the jump, is they should have a TFT display. But that's not bad though. I love that it's big enough. You can see it really good, unlike the older MT-09 I had where I had the little display up there. This is nice. You don't really need a TFT. That's just fancy and looks cool and everything. But honestly, this does the job. It's got all the information you need there. Fuel gauge, gear indicator, tells you a real-time fuel consumption. It tells you here it's got trip meters. It's got the reserve tank that kicks on and tells you, keeps track of the miles once it hits the last bar on the fuel gauge. I love the tank. What I love about this, guys, I've always loved the MT-07 sitting on it. It always felt natural to me. There's no great big hump of a tank like the Super Duke R. The MT-09 has got a big tank right here, and the seat slopes you down into the tank. I hated it. The MT-09 to me, it felt more budget than this, man. Now, a lot of people say the suspension is budget on this. I'll let you know in this video. I'll let you know how the power feels, acceleration. Let you know how it is on the highway. I'm going to take it on the highway. We'll take it in. We don't really have any corners here, but I'll take it in the park. I can't speed on it, and that's another reason why I got this bike. I wanted something with a lot of cojones from 0 to like 70 miles an hour. That's what I do out here on the streets, 0 to like 80, below 100 miles an hour. Because I had the fast bikes. I had an Aprilia Tuono. I had a CBR 1000 RR. And honestly, it sucks riding a fast bike slow, and that's what you do most of the time with those bikes. And if you get on the highway, light it up, you get caught, you can lose your license, you end up in jail with the booty warrior. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, for you noob riders, you noobs out there, I'm telling you, you don't need those liter bikes, man. I'm gonna tell you if this bike is legit though. Okay, let's get started here. Let me connect my airbag vest here. Never leave home without your airbag vest, guys. This helps keep you safe out on the streets, man. Keep you from ending up in a wheelchair or dead, man. Protect your spine, vital organs. I have a link in the description and comment section of this video. Also, I love this helmet, ultra lightweight. Link in the description and comment section of this video. Comes with an automatic tint shield. So it's getting dark here, it automatically lightens up at night. And then when it's real sunny, it darkens up. And it comes with the helmet. It's awesome. Okay, let's hear it. I already warmed the bike up. Okay, that sounds like crap, but once you put an aftermarket exhaust on here, guys, I put in a Kropovich or whatever exhaust I'm going to put on and do an ECU tune on here, I tell you, it's one of the best sounding motorcycles. I'll tell you guys, it sounds better than the MT-09 with an exhaust, man. And the MT-09, I like that bike, guys, the engine, but it didn't fit me. I hated the banana seat on it. It was just kind of budget. It just didn't feel right to me. I didn't connect with it, man. But it was quick, it was grunty, but it just didn't click with me, man. So we'll see how this is. I love the headlight on this, by the way. It looks much better than the older one. The older one, it was so outdated looking, man. This makes it look more modern looking. Okay, we'll do acceleration right off the line. Let's see what we got. Oh my, oh my goodness, man. Oh my gosh, we got bottom end grunt, guys. We got bottom end grunt. Oh my goodness. This feels just as good as the MT-09 off the line. Oh my, oh man. Woo! Oh my goodness. This is gonna be a fun bike. I can tell that right now, dude. And I'll tell you one thing I really like about this bike right off the jump. It has a great turning radius, man. It's very easy to turn around. And I'll tell you one thing, I love the seating position on this bike, guys. The seating position is so comfortable. Seats kind of stiff, not too bad though. Obviously, if you don't want it too soft, because you want it a bit sporty, so that if you do tackle the twisties, you don't want to be like sunk down into a soft seat. So I understand they're thinking on making it a bit stiff. Of course, I left the turn signals on. But I'll tell you, man, this is why I got the bike. 0 to like 80 miles an hour. I tell you, where the grunt, just you rip that throttle, it just pulls that torque. You feel it, man. And this bike is lightweight. Woo! So comfortable. I didn't think this was gonna be all that comfortable, because I have a bit of a knee bend here. I'm 6 foot tall on this, and this bike, by the way, it accommodates people of all heights. I'd say I'm 6 foot. I probably wouldn't, I don't know, you could probably, if you're 6'4", you may be able to pull it off. I don't know, it depends on how long your legs are. The longer your legs are, the more they're probably going to be bent here. But I'm 6 foot and it's very comfortable for me right here, man. This is like the perfect riding position, so comfortable. I feel like I can ride from here to Ohio all the way to California on this thing, man. And woo! Oh my goodness, man, this thing is fun, guys. I'll tell you, honestly, I wish I would have got this instead of the MT-09, but then I didn't like, when I bought the MT-09, which I had a 2020 Yamaha MT-09, the last of the previous generation MT-09, and I bought it in 2020. They didn't have the newer one of these MT-07s back then, man. And I love this headlight on this, and they made a few changes on the bike as well. It just looks more modern looking compared to the older MT-07. But I'll tell you, as far as the suspension, just riding out here on these crappy streets of Cleveland, Ohio, I will tell you that The suspension is adequate, man. Honestly, it feels a bit even better than the stock suspension that was on the MT-09, which was really budget as well. But this is just fine, man. I mean, this bike only weighs 406 pounds, and I can reduce it down to, like I said, when you get rid of the, you know, put on an aftermarket exhaust and get rid of the mirrors and fender, you know, put a fender eliminator, this thing, I probably get it down to 390. But let's see how the brakes are. I'm going to do a stop here, sudden stop. Let's see. It's got ABS brakes. Brakes are strong. Now, when you do brake, it dives a little bit. But honestly, you want a softer suspension out here in the urban setting, out here on the city streets. If you have a stiff suspension out here, which is great for the track and spirited riding in the twisties, you know, it's gonna be rough if you're riding out here on these filthy streets of Cleveland, you know, with potholes and everything else. You want a soft suspension, man. This thing is awesome, man. Look at that. Look at passing. Oh my goodness, that feels good, and the throttle is smooth. I like that. I tell you, I love a cable throttle. I'm telling you, I don't hate them, but I just don't like ride-by-wire throttles. Like I said, some are better than others, man, but cable is the best. Predictable, you know what it's gonna do. It's not gonna have that on-off feeling. But I love the display, man. The display is adequate. It's very bright. You can see it clearly. Big numbers there. See your gear, what gear you're in. I like that. Okay, let's get on the highway and let's see what this thing will do. Which I'm sure I'm not going to be impressed on the highway. The MT-09 honestly wasn't that great on the highway. It's okay. This does a top speed of 120 miles an hour. Man, this thing this thing is cool, man. Oh my goodness. I want to do some passing power. Let me see, I'm at what, 5,000 RPMs right now. Like I said, all that torque's available at 6,500 RPM. That 47 pound-feet of torque. Let's get up to a car. See, I'm in 6th gear, and trying to accelerate fast in 6th gear, it doesn't do much, man, which I expected. It's not going to be the best on the highway, but it's adequate. You can cruise on the highway. Okay, let's take it down to like fifth gear. We're 5,000 RPM, 6,000 RPM. Yeah, that's better. That's better. 5 is better. By the way, I do a hard break-in. I do not do a soft break-in. It's a myth that you have to do a soft break-in, guys. You can do wide open throttle right out of the jump on a new bike, guys. They did a motorcyclist online did a test. One bike they did a soft break-in, and then the other bike they did a hard break-in. Both brand new bikes, same bike, and then they did a leak down test, and it was really virtually no difference at all. They really break these bikes in at the factory, guys. Okay, we're in 5th. Let's go in 4 and see what it does. Yeah! Yeah, that's pretty good, man. Yeah, 4 pulls, guys. It's adequate. It's adequate. Now, I got to be careful. Even on this bike, you can do some speeding. That's only 60 miles an hour here, speed limit on this highway. But I'm in 4th. Okay, whoop. It's passed. Yeah. Yeah, 4th is all right, man. Yeah, the sweet spot, 8,000 RPMs. Okay, now we'll throw it in 6 and cruise. It's adequate on the highway, guys. You know, I'm not going to take top speed because it's raining right now, and I'm not trying to have an effed up day on these brand new tires, guys. Just taking it easy. I wasn't even going to take the bike out today, man, because it'd been raining since I got this bike, man. But I said I gotta get out and do this first ride video for you guys, man. I can't let you guys down. The show must go on, regardless if it's raining or not. Yeah, 6, it does nothing. You can't really do much in 6th gear. It just scoots along. Like I said, if you want to pass, put it in 4th gear, rip it, and you'll be just fine. And as far as the wind, You guys need to stop it with this. Oh, the wind, it's so tiring, it wears me down. These naked bikes are so terrible in the wind. Get out of here, man. There ain't nothing. You guys crack me up with that BS, man. That wind ain't doing nothing. That's what you get a motorcycle for. That's why you get a convertible car. So the wind blows on you, man. Seriously. Now I know some of you guys are gonna say, cycle cruising, you don't really go anywhere. You go tour on that bike with no windshield and see how you like it, man. You're gonna get tired and all. Get out of here. You know, I was on my MT-09, my Aprilia Tuono. I've taken long trips on. I just never did a video on it, just me personally riding. And I ride on the highway, go down to Southeast Ohio, down to the Triple Nickel, and ride back. I've spent probably like 10 hours on the MT-09 and my Aprilia Tuono, my Ducati X Diavo that I owned, and I tell you, I had no issues with the wind. That's, in my opinion, that's BS, man, with the whole wind issue. But anyways, I'm telling you, this bike is, I love this bike right off the jump, guys. And you guys complaining about the suspension, seriously, I know I'm not doing any twisty action here. I mean, this isn't a bike you're going to be doing any knee down action anyhow, even though a lot of guys take this to the track, you know, because with this bike you're going to utilize most of its power. You guys, you go get a liter bike, you're not going to use most of the power, man. You're only going to use probably like 50% of the power most of the time. These smaller quick bikes like this, that's torquey, got tons of grunt off the line, this is what's fun out here, man. And I can't really have too much fun right now because it's slick out. It just rained. Like I said, these are brand new tires. I'm not trying to have an effed up day out here. And by the way, these are Michelin 5s or whatever. These tires here, and they do pretty good in the rain so far, man. This bike just feels really good. The shifting is smooth on this bike. No complaint. The brakes, like I said, you brake, the front end dives a bit. That, you know, goes to show you it's a bit of a soft suspension. You can't tune the front fork. You can't adjust the front fork. It's a KYB non-adjustable front fork. The shock, you can adjust it. It comes with an adjustment wrench, and you can adjust the preload and the rebound on it. It has a little screw for the rebound and then the wrench for the preload. I'll tell you some cons I don't like about the bike off the jump that is not a deal breaker, but it's something that's irritating, is that these bars here, you can't really put many accessories on the bars. All I could fit on here was a camera holder for my GoPro Hero, and but I have a workaround to this where I can add my phone to this, but in a future video I'll show you what I'm going to do to mod it so I can fit my phone and the camera on here. One thing that's really cool about this bike is it does have 12 volt DC accessory outlet that you can access, and I'll do a video on that in the future. Another thing I don't like is that this doesn't have a trunk at all. As you can see, you put the key here and turn it. As you can see here, there's no trunk space in here, man. You may be able to fit some insurance cards or something in here, but then I don't know, it's not really a trunk. It does have some Allen keys underneath the passenger seat here, which is nice. The tool kit that it comes with a spanner wrench so that you can adjust the rear shock. I'll tell you another thing that's really cool about this bike is that oil changes are going to be really easy. Look how easy it is to access that oil filter there. And it also has an oil level window there, which I like, which my YZ has as well. Oh man. And I'll tell you that I only weigh 170 pounds, and I don't know, with gear probably add another, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 pounds or whatever. So total weight 185, 190 pounds on this. And the suspension is adequate for me, man. Like I said, in these horrible streets of Cleveland, potholes and tar snakes, and you want a little bit softer suspension out here. You don't want a hard suspension, man. And you can always upgrade the suspension on this. A lot of guys do. You can turn this into a SP, but I'm not dumping a lot of money into this because it's unnecessary. This is my urban cruiser. This is my hood cruiser, man. You know, This is my hooligan bike, my mess around little fun bike to mess around on, you know. And as far as comparing this to my YZ450FX Custom Supermoto, which you can't really compare, two completely different bikes, I'll tell you, this one obviously is a whole lot smoother. This is what you want for a street bike, you know. For my Supermoto, it's raw, what I love. It's raw, violent, and torquey. It's a, you know, that has more, all the torque's at the, you know, at the bottom of that bike. So you rip on that bike, it just wheelies. It's a wheelie machine. I'm not going to test the wheelie capabilities on this yet because the tires are new. It's raining out here. I'm not trying to have an effed up day. By the way, I have a t-shirt that says no effed up days, my Cycle Cruiser t-shirt. You can get my t-shirt, hoodies, and all my merchandise at cyclecruiser.com. Man, this thing just pulls. This thing is in stock form. This thing feels good, man. This thing is awesome. Oh my gosh, I love the power on this thing. Oh my gosh, and like I said, it's better to me than the MT-09 in the sense that it doesn't have that on-off crap with that, you know, that has a ride-by-wire throttle. This is smooth. This is, oh man, this just feels good. I love it. Like I said, I'm not into the whole electronic rider aids crap. I never use it. I always, if I ever get a bike that has all the electronic stuff on it, I just put it on sport mode and I leave it. I don't need to put it on rain mode and, you know, mode B, C, and all that other crap. I don't need traction control. This is my traction control right here, dude. You know. Oh, I gotta slow down. This is 25 miles an hour here, man. I'm telling you, this bike could get you into some trouble, man. You know, on these little roads, you rip on this throttle because this thing just rips right off the bottom. I'm telling you, and I was surprised on the highway. It did just fine on the highway. In my opinion, it felt like it did just as good as the MT-09 did. 6th gear, full throttle open. It ain't doing much, guys. Obviously, MT-09 is faster, but this is, I'll tell you, as far as from 0 to like 70 or something, the MT-09 versus this is really not that, doesn't seem like that much of a difference. And both of them feel awesome and grunty off the line and torquey. And I love this better, though. I just tell you, I love this better because it's just, I love the, like I said, the seating position, it just feels no big old tank. It just feels, I love a small, quick bike. It's just awesome feeling. This bike is just perfect for me, man. I'm really digging this bike, guys. And as far as the headlight,
I took it into metro parks where there's no lights, and as you can see, the headlight lights up the road really nicely. Thumbs up.
I like it. I like this bike. I love this bike, guys. I'm gonna keep so far. Wait till I put an aftermarket exhaust on this bike, dude. It is going to be absolutely, that's the number 2 reason why I got this bike, is because I want to hear that awesome soundtrack when you put the aftermarket exhaust on. I don't know if I'm going to go with a Krapovich or I'm going to go with a M4. The M4 looks better because it's all black, and they all pretty much sound the same, man. It's not that big of a difference in sounds. The Krapovich obviously is probably better quality, I guess. You can't go wrong with a Krapovich, but $1,700, really? $1,700? I'm trying to keep things budget here. That's why I got this bike, you know. I ain't trying to spend a ton of money on, you know, to throw $4,000 in parts on this bike, man, you know. I just want to put a nice full exhaust on here. I'll do a custom tune with the ECU, the DynoJet ECU flasher, which I have a link to in the description and comment section of this video. Go to that link and then just make sure to select your bike, and you can flash your ECU yourself. Man, these roads are slick. I tell you, these tires are doing very well to be brand new. They are doing very well in these wet conditions, slick conditions, man. Let's see here. Yeah, the light is adequate. It's kind of dark here, and this lights up just fine. Let's see the high. Yeah, highs work good. All right. Nice. Look at this. You can see the light real good now. Look at that. That's a good looking light. I like that light on this bike, man. It just fits. It doesn't look right on the MT-09, but the proportions on this bike are just great, man. Look at the lines on this bike. It's beautiful, man. That is a good looking bike. This is like the perfect urban hooligan bike here for me, man. And my YZ450FX. This complements my YZ Supermoto beautifully, man. Oh my gosh, guys. I'll do more videos on this bike. Like I said, I didn't really get to I did rip on this bike earlier, and I'll tell you, I love the torque. I love that bottom end grunt. It's awesome. Surprised on how well it did on the highway. But I'll be doing a lot more. I'll take it into twisties here in the park system and stuff when it's dry out on another day. And I'll give you, you know, a proper review video on this in the future. I'll let you know how good it is. They say it gets 58 miles per gallon on gas, and other people say it gets like 45, which that's adequate for me. 160 miles to a tank of gas, I'm good. And overall, I gotta say, thumbs up, man. Thumbs up to this bike, guys. Stay tuned for more videos on this bike, but I love this bike. I love this bike so far. I really do. Suspension is just fine, guys. I love it. But stay tuned. The next video I'm going to talk about whether this is a good beginner bike for you noobs out there, because I kind of question that. But I'll talk more in depth about that in the next video for Thursday. So stay tuned for that. And I'll be doing a bunch of videos. I got a bunch of mods I'm doing to this bike. It's going to be awesome. So stay tuned. Make sure to hit thumbs up. Really helps my channel when you do. Hit the subscribe button. Also, hit that little bell symbol so you get notified of my new videos. I release a new video every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm always there the first 2 hours of a video release to talk with you guys in the comments about anything. I love talking with you guys. So until next time.
Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe.